learning. It's more, you know, um,
How you learn.
yeah.
I feel pretty strongly about that too. Just because I think everyone has a different way of learning
Hmm.
and thrives in a different environment. I did not thrive in a school curriculum based environment. I think had the intelligence to do well, but I am partially dyslexic and paying attention when um, lots of kind of like heavy words are being used in a class kind of setting was really hard. And but to tie that back, just the way that this guy changed that so quickly, like if
Hmm.
he was teaching the class,
You paid attention.
I think I would have gotten a lot more out of it.
Hmm. Well, so I went to The Grinch by Chuck Jones instead of the Grinch by Dr. Seuss. Chuck,
Okay.
and I didn't do quite. I don't think I quite got it the same way, which is totally fine. Like I said, I'm doing this to have fun and to learn. Again, I don't mind showing my. Like I said, I knew doing it like when I made this decision to do this on the air like this. There would be some weeks I would do fantastic,
Yep.
and every some weeks it just won't work. The way I imagined it would work,
Yep.
right?
Well, that's just organic, right?
Absolutely. No, wait. Again, you can't.
Everybody runs into that.
Oh yeah, it's not even so much that like I said, I just look at the fact that hey, I'm doing something new. Not everything I'm going to do is going to be good. It's just not, and that's all right too. But I can still learn from my mistakes, and that's the important part. It's not getting it right. It's what can I learn? Because in this life, you get a lot wrong. You really, really do.
Oh yeah.
I'm going to try and fix a smile. I think that's the part that really annoys me about it is I went a little too happy.
Well, I mean, recognizing the key parts that you can work on is like half the battle.
Oh yeah.
If you I remember getting supremely frustrated at this. I would I started off with anatomy. I thought, well, what's the pinnacle? What's the hardest thing that I can throw at myself while I'm kind of trying to learn fine art? Um, and that I thought at the time was, yeah, like drawing the human figure. Um, and I just remember getting so frustrated sometimes because some days I'd do well
Yeah, yeah.
and I'd be happy with what I did. And other days I'd do really poorly and I would get really frustrated and I didn't know why. And that was the key pit there, was that I didn't know why I was not succeeding at the drawing. Um, Coming back to it now, like looking at some of those drawings, it's like, oh well, I didn't have adequate knowledge of like the structure of the face and like where the muscles are and how to align everything and make it look kind of realistic. But at the time, I just didn't know any better.
Oh yeah. But
So the fact that, you can just like be in a place where you're like, okay, this is what is creating this difference in my piece and what the masters that I'm trying to imitate is like you're already kind of getting the benefit of doing the copy by by recognizing that.
yeah. Well, I figure you gotta learn somewhere, right? Before I create my own stuff, I gotta learn what worked so well. What did they do that made that work? And sometimes it's as simple as okay, the reason this works is because of this. And sometimes the reason it works great, and sometimes it will work terribly. Right? But again, this is one of those things where actually I think my big advantage about this is about doing these is I'm not worried about being good. And that's I think and that's actually I think it's surprisingly an advantage. Right? Because it's basically saying, you know what, you accept that you're not going to get it all right the first time or the second time or the third time. What you're just trying to do is you're trying to figure out how to be better. So that
it's sort of like how do you get better at getting up and skating? You have to fall.
Exactly.
You have to fail.
Exactly. And I did my second piece. For the most part. I am going to probably fix the smile because I realized it's such a simple fix. I got a little too caught up in what Jones did with the smile in the eyes, and I went one line. Basically, it's an inch. It's literally 1 inch is the difference between it looking good and looking, you know. But even so, it's still not bad. You know, all things considered, it's not bad for someone that's just basically doodling. So.
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah.